Hey guys, I'm Parker.
And I'm Mike. Welcome to another episode of Theme Park Nerds. This week we got some awesome stuff planned to talk about today. Iron Rattler is opening soon at Six Flags, and it's the first ever wooden steel hybrid coaster, so that's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about that.
We're also going to be talking about Wet n Wild in Las Vegas. That's opening pretty soon. That's out in Mike's neck of the woods.
And lastly, Antarctica is opening at SeaWorld Orlando, which is a trackless penguin ride, because why not?
I'm thinking Mystic Penguins.
Mystic penguins with them.
I like it.
First, let's talk about Wet n Wild a bit. Wet n Wild is a brand new water park opening in Las Vegas, right around the corner from me.
Right down the road.
And brand new because they blew up the last one, or put a casino on top of it, or a parking lot or something. The old one that was over on the Strip has been closed for a few years, and they're reopening it in the middle of nowhere on the far southwest side of Vegas, where it's behind a high school. So some high school kids are going to get really cool after-school outings. Everybody else gets the joy of trying to find it, which is great. But anyway, it's a $50 million new park opening on Memorial Day of this year. Couple slides, a wave pool, lazy river, all the necessities you need for a water park. Definitely going to be very basic in its first year of operation, but lots of space to expand as it matures. So I'm excited. I know a lot of my friends around town are very excited because we haven't had a proper water park in Vegas for many years. And everybody with teenage kids is just like clawing at the bit for this place to open because it's going to be cool and it's not going to be on the Strip. So anybody looking to come to Vegas, if you want to go to Wet n Wild and ain't on the Strip, you got to get on the road and drive a bit. But it's going to be very cool.
I'm okay with that. It's apparently under the same management company as the one that was in Phoenix, Arizona, which was a place that I used to live. You couldn't tell by my complexion right now. But yeah, I used to live in Phoenix. Anyways, the Wet n Wild out in Phoenix, great park. It's tiny. It's a family park, absolutely. It's 100% doable in a day. This water park in Vegas is going to be a hit.
The Vegas park is going to open very basic and very kind of fundamental basic water park. It'll have your standard open slide, looks like a racing slide, your wave pool. It has the bowl slide that everybody's getting now. And some light theming. It's going to be a very kind of Western gold pan digger type theme to the park, so it looks like. But opening day, it's going to be a very kind of basic slides and pools water park, which is perfectly fine because Vegas doesn't have that right now. But it's going to be a cool park as it progresses. So it's looking to be very affordable when it first opens. They're going to open at around $40, $50 per person to get in, $70 for an annual pass, give or take. So it's going to be a cool little place if you just need to cool off in Vegas, that sort of fun stuff.
The thing I do have to say about the Las Vegas Wet n Wild is that in the CGI videos that they've showed of what the park's going to look like eventually once everything gets open, there's a lot of shade. I will say that the one in Phoenix, that was something definitely that they're missing. You're in the desert, kids, and the ground gets hot. So the one in Vegas definitely looks like they took care of that issue. There's a lot of shade, a lot of like just big weird structures that just have like, I don't want to say a tarp, but it's like a colored mesh kind of material, and it adds some ambiance to it, but it also makes the park look nice and keeps it cool when you're in Vegas, it's hot.
Just a little. I mean, what's 120?
Tuesday.
So speaking of fun things to do on a Tuesday, if you happen to be in Texas on a Tuesday, you can go to Six Flags Fiesta Texas and take on the new Iron Rattler roller coaster, which is a wooden coaster with steel tracks that does loop-de-loops. Not like a loop-de-loop, but like a barrel roll, because doing a barrel roll is what all the kids are doing.
So it's the Gemini from Cedar Point, but with a loop in it?
Yeah, sure. It's like Gwazi at Tampa without the racing or the pain.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be some pain. If you haven't seen this YouTube video yet, as soon as this thing takes off, this thing just starts to shake. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it's a brand new roller coaster. This is one of the first test runs. They had dummies in it. They had all the merchandise shirts on them, which was hilarious. But this thing, right at the start, it reminded me of, I'm going to say it, it reminded me of Son of Beast.
I'm kind of really excited for this ride because I love wooden coasters because I just do. I love those moments when you can just feel the wheels coming off the track and you're just careening through a pile of timber. I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know. I got to find a way to get to Fiesta Texas to ride it. But it looks like a really cool, fast coaster. I'm interested to see how the steel on wood makes a difference, because I kind of assumed that the tracks on all wooden coasters were made out of some sort of metal. But it's the loop that, and not like a loop, but I guess the barrel roll, zero G roll, whatever you want to call that inversion that's in there, that is really kind of making it unique. I didn't see any shoulder harnesses on any of the. Is there shoulder harnesses on the?
No,
trains?
it's pretty much just like the train at Outlaw Run.
Oh, was it?
It has kind of It's like a lap bar, but it also has a thing that kind of down by your ankles. I don't know if you've ever been to an old Paramount park, if they have one of the Flight of Fear rides. I don't think those have the over the shoulder harnesses. They have the lap bar, but it also has a bar down by your legs, so when it does the loop, you can't fall out, kind of thing.
What's the point then? I mean, if you're on a wooden coaster, part of the fun is I might fall out and just flail into the trees. So I guess with no shoulder harnesses,
Intamin can build a roller coaster that goes 120 miles an hour, 420 feet tall, and it has a lap bar. That's it. It also does have a seatbelt, I will give you that. However, we can't have a looping wooden roller coaster
that's what makes the difference.
that only has a lap bar. Come on, guys. Get with it. From watching this video, don't get me wrong, I was impressed. It's a brand new coaster. It looks beautiful. It's a big layout. It's a big coaster. The thing that you talked about, the speed, I felt like there were parts of it that when it went into like the overbanking, there was a couple of parts where it seemed sluggish. It seemed like, and I'm sideways, and I'm not sideways. And I mean, I know it's still in test and adjust. I know they're still working on things. And much like the Cedar Point blog, or the On Point blog suggested, that they're testing their roller coaster Gatekeeper with a different kind of tire. So they're testing it with slower tires to kind of get through to the testing process before they put the working tires on that they'll use for the entire summer. I said tires. I understand they're wheels. Nerds, I understand. Wheels. But still. So
Parker, you were incorrect. Coasters do not use tires. How dare you? I'm
assuming that this is going to be kind of the same process. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure because it's a wooden coaster. I mean, again, like you said, it's the metal rail. But maybe that's something that's going on during the test and adjust phase. It is it is something that they can kind of control a little more.
The old penguin encounter in SeaWorld Orlando was destroyed. Like, it looked like they just ripped the crap out of that sucker, because they are building the penguin encounter into Antarctica, which is going to be a trackless ride system through the penguin exhibit with other penguin-y adventures before you go through the penguin exhibit, but on a trackless ride system. Like, it's going to be awesome in every conceivable way, and it's going to be about penguins. Because penguins. And so the big thing that I love that everybody's saying online about this attraction is you're going to go through the actual penguin habitat with nothing surrounding you, meaning no glass, no nothing, just like a natural barrier between the track, well, floor or whatever, between the area you're riding in and the penguins, which means nothing to block the bird poop smell from anybody riding the ride, which this is going to be the first attraction that gives you the full penguin experience every single ride. You're going to get the cold, you're going to get the poop smell. What more could you want?
You're going to get cold, you're going to get poop smell, you're going to get big penguins. And it's going to be awesome because it's a trackless ride system. You can run one of these penguins over. Kidding. We're not going to run any penguins over. There's some kind of safety.
They're so cute.
Yeah, there's something going on. But
the penguins won't be able to get on the ride floor.
No. Are they going to haunted mansion a penguin into like the ride vehicle?
If there's an animatronic penguin in this attraction anywhere, part of me, I just would crack up laughing so much because you're going through the live penguin habitat.
Like, no, what I'm saying is like at the very end when you're sitting in your car and the ghost comes in your car. Are they going to do that with a penguin?
It's like a penguin sitting next to you.
That's what I want. That's what I want. If this is the true penguin encounter, that's what I want.
Prepare yourself for unforgettable encounter. I could not be more excited for this ride. It's either going to be the coolest thing in Orlando ever, well, not ever, but the coolest thing this year by far, which that's a given because nothing else. Well, Transformers is opening, but I'm over Transformers already. And they're going to probably open like a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Coaster, Magic Kingdom, which...
Whatever.
Yeah.
My favorite question about this whole thing is that there was a report, I don't think it was a report, I think it was just like an interview that they did, that they're not going to sell like blankets and stuff to go into this place, and it's going to be cold. And if there's one thing I know about Orlando tourists, it's that they're the best complainers in the universe. They will complain
by
oh my god, this popcorn is just a bit too salty. Well, guess what? You're going into an enclosed building that is nothing but HVAC units of AC, and it's going to be cold. So what's going to happen in October when the weather in Orlando goes down to 66 and they have to go through an air-conditioned building? Like, are they worried about ride capacity?
No, they're going to have blankets the second month. Why? Because everybody's going to be complaining that they want them, and SeaWorld's going to be like, we could be making $20 a blanket, and we're not.
Whoa.
Cha-ching. Like, there's going to be an entrance gift shop and an exit gift shop. The entrance gift shop will sell blankets and Snuggies.
Snuggies. That's what I was just about to say.
Heaters,
Snuggies all day.
And probably some sort of air freshener to block out the bird poop. And the exit gift shop will sell adorable penguins.
So you're going to go from riding this as we're dressed right now, like tourists, to having to ride with a Snuggie, a mask over your face, kind of like if you were in China right now, with some type of Febreze. It'll have a Febreze logo across the mouth. And then also, you know, whatever, like in a cup with a penguin popping off the top of it.
Yeah. And people will buy it and love it. And it'll be their big souvenir. Be like, I want the penguin thing with the medical, and it was great. And I saw a penguin, and I loved it. I didn't have to be uncomfortable when I did it because I don't want to experience anything weird.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Who needs a bachelor party? Let's go to Orlando and ride Antarctica.
All right, nerds, that does it for this week's episode of Theme Park Nerds. Make sure you're checking us out on all of our different social media avenues. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Theme Park Nerds. Read our blog. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Come to my house. I don't care. Just, follow us. Do stuff.
Oh, yeah. You guys have a great week. We will see you next time.
Later, nerds.